Oh shoot, I started early. Anyway, as you guys may know, I have guns. So I absolutely support the Second Amendment. However, I also support regulation of the Second Amendment, and I can explain why. You know, we have a right to drive down the road, well, privilege, but we have a right to travel, and one of the privileges gives us the right to travel down the road. Um, And we regulate that. Like in cities, we regulate that down to 30 mi or in neighborhoods, we regulate that down to 30 miles per hour. And the reason why is so that we don't have crashes that, like 150, 100, 200 mile per hour crashes in a residential neighborhood, which not only risk damage and fatality to the drivers, but also to pretty much anybody in the neighborhood. So, sensible regulation absolutely makes sense. Now, why am I talking about this? Apparently, Charlie Kirk recently was shot at an event, and he was hit. He was hit in the neck, and it was fatal. Now, there's a lot of people in the country that are mourning this event, and I don't understand it because let's say you have a family member that passes, and they tell you not to mourn them, and you start mourning them. Are you really respecting their words? No, well, according to Charlie Kirk, we should be, I guess, celebrating or at least ignoring it, like kind of like a car crash, an accident. When you go by the car crash, you look and you're concerned about seeing what happened to the person, but rarely do you ever, you know, w- you think about the person in the crash. You don't think so much about their family or their siblings or their aunt or their uncle. So you just kind of like go about your day and, oh, I saw a bad crash today. I think the guy passed away. It really sucks to be him. Anyway, well, this is kind of the view that Charlie Kirk has on people who are victims of gun violence, that it's just kind of like an accident, like a car crash. It's something that has to happen in order for us to keep our Second Amendment. It's only prudent. It's rational. And that's what I think I'll be showing today.
We must also be real. We must be honest with the population. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price. And that is part of liberty. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we have decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road. Wow. So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen.
Now, what's funny about this argument, it's a bit disanalogous, and the reason why is because car crashes are usually accidents. I mean, there are a lot of gun deaths that are accidents, but the gun death that happened to you, sir, was no accident.
You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools.
Hello, Nakoti. Show hasn't even started yet.
We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence, but we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it.
It's worth it. You hear the man. It's worth it. What happened to him was absolutely worth it.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
It's a prudent deal. He definitely had a prudent deal.
It is rational.
It was rational. It was only rational for this to happen so that we can keep our Second Amendment.
Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games?
Welcome to the Unwoke, sir. Anyway, you know what they've always said. How do you stop a guy with a bad guy with a gun? A good guy with a gun. Oh, I'm just starting. That was just the beginning little piece for Charlie Kirk. He's a member of the Unwoke now. I mean, I'm only respecting the man. I shouldn't feel bad for him at all. It's just like a car crash. It just happens, and it's one of those things that helps protect our rights. So, you know? My dreams when I sleep. I should see him as a martyr. Can fly. A penguin that can fly. That's why you will find me up there with the birds that have wings. Up there I can see things not seen by ground things. Up there in the sky, there's a penguin flying high. Always loving life, wondering how the ground things have survived. Never seen life. Down below me, the crowd they scurry by. Now among the birds, flying wild and free, seeing things that no one else can see. High above, away from the debris. Down below, the brown things scurry by, pounding their feet while I touch the sky. Sliding, gliding, without a care. They'll never know the wonders up here in the sky. I'm a penguin flying high, living life with no questions why. I wonder how the ground things carry on, never experiencing the beauty I thought. Yeah, I don't approve of violence either. However, I believe that sometimes when you speak, your words can bite you in the ass. So, hello, my name is Zerzu Zyklin, and welcome to my channel. How's everybody doing today? What do I have planned? I have a guy in a high-speed chase that actually ends up hitting a police car. I don't know if that's a recommended idea. And a guy who stole an ambulance. I guess apparently the guy in the ambulance, he went to the hospital in the ambulance and they wouldn't give him a ride back home, so he decided he'd just grab an ambulance and go home himself. I don't think that works so well, so I'm thinking these are good examples of unexpected things in police chases, especially the perpetrator pitting the cop. We're going to go ahead and start with that. Of course, these are all Florida men. Insured by government employees insurance company. Travis G. Spring is a 17-year-old male, has a valid Class A individual license. And of course, this has Hello Victor V. And of course, this has multiple camera angles of the incident.
Good morning, bro. been driving like nobody.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Now, I don't watch a lot of movies, but I did watch Fear and Loathing. Has anybody watched Fear and Loathing? Remember turn on the blinker and act like you're pulling over? This guy's watched Fear and Loathing. Hello, Kitty D.
What's the vehicle description?
Something out of 40. I think that's not 57 Mike November. I'm not sure he's
1657, what's the vehicle description?
1657. It's gotta be Chevy Silverado.
Yeah, this guy's definitely studied Fear and Loathing. Turn on the blinker. That's the thumper. It vibrates the back of the seat.
149? No. Nothing on that, dude?
Calling unit 46 traffic up on 1031.
And the officer is driving one of those nice Chargers. Oh, one chasing the GTR the other day in a video. That was pretty neat.
1657. We'll have you get the flight there. 99 miles per hour.
I'll take over the radio. Last time I walked it was 51. It is 99 miles
You know,
per
I
hour.
think it's just messed up that for small things. I'm not even sure what this guy was pulled over for, but usually it's nothing.
Hey, dude, when I go ahead and take over.
I guess I should have looked to see what he was being pulled over for. I do. It does have a list of what each reports for. Yeah, this is crazy. He's trying to hit him. Oh, damn. Yeah, I don't think that helped your truck any. And here's another view from a different officer. Yeah, he caught him going at 140, or about, he estimated about 100 miles per hour. And he initiated the pace. He ended up crossing him at 89 miles per hour. I mean, think about it. A little speeding ticket, is it really worth freaking putting everybody's life at risk? Cop was probably thinking, what the heck? This isn't how this is supposed to work. I'm supposed to ram you. Hey man, you're not doing it right. Damn. He probably thought the truck would have withstood the crash better. And if you're wondering, the channel is here.
Come out.
Seems like a couple of troopers. Good place to get some videos. Oh yeah, yeah, probably. I keep getting South Park stuff in my feed. It's funny. However, I think that guy, I don't know if they're doing it right. They should probably be careful. I think Code Blue Cam, was it Code Blue Cam? Ran into a problem with that. He was using footage that he shouldn't have been using. I think it was Code Blue Cam, I'm not sure. I should go check and see if he ended up clearing that problem up. Hello, Mr. Japet. Don't hold me to the Code Blue Cam, but I do remember there was a cop show that he was a cop and he was using video that he was getting from work, and he ended up getting in trouble with work. Hey man, I give this guy props for driving along on 3 wheels.
They were working with us, going to be a fire on the right shoulder at the 154.5, northbound.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with the action at all. I think it was horrible. And I absolutely support, I'm a gun owner. I do not support the misuse of guns, and it only makes sense to regulate something that, can cause serious harm and death. Such as the speed limit in a neighborhood. Do I think see, that was a question that was asked on in a Discord that I had. Did he deserve it? No. No, nobody deserves it. Nobody does. That was horrible, you know what I mean? Hold on real quick. Anyway, I had to almost unhave me. I don't know what the noise was.
Looks like we're going to be taking the exit.
That's what taking exit.
Stop.
But yeah, I know I don't support the action at all, and I hope they catch the guy. Like they thought they had the guy, and it was a guy who was like screaming, you know, shoot me, which was funny because it wasn't the actual guy; it was somebody else. But as far as my word that it's prudent, well, yeah, that was his word. And that it was only rational that it would happen. Well, yeah, that was his word. And that it was acceptable. Well, again, that was his word.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
I'm not getting set up. Sorry, buddy.
You drunk?
No.
Sound drunk. Got anything on you that's got nothing to stick me.
No. No, I didn't want this, man. I didn't want this.
Got it. Don't get antsy right now.
I'm not
Might take you to the ground again if you get antsy.
I hope they catch whoever it was. That's for sure.
Not enough to not fucking run.
Man, my life's over with anyway, man.
Put that on yourself.
I clearly remember speaking against when Trump, when it happened to Trump. I wasn't in support of that action at all. But I mean, if a guy says something, you only hold him to his word.
Go! Go where? Take me in. Sally.
Double lock.
Double lock.
Back him up. We're just gonna.
I didn't mean to. I'm psyched. I'm psyched. I hear voices.
What's he digging in his pocket for? Has he got drugs he's gonna drop? Yeah, look, is that a pill bottle? Yeah, that don't work, sir. They search the car after you get out. He's popping a pill bottle in the back seat.
Back out my car.
I hope he's sticking it in the back seat. Something tells me he's putting it somewhere other than the back seat.
Down the road at the big old got it.
Anywho, we'll skip past this part a little bit.
You guys haven't been rejecting me.
more than yourself. Right? There's other people with kids.
For my kids, man, I gotta want.
Yeah, we'll probably just go ahead and go to the next video.
Protective custody.
All right, we're gonna get you to the back of the ambulance. Can you step out?
Yeah.
They did get a medical
This has been going
attention.
on way too long, and my family's been in jeopardy, and I'm not gonna take all the rap for it. Sorry, but this is going federal.
We're gonna check him out.
Sorry, suckers, but I'm not laying down this time. I don't lay down. This is going federal.
Anywho, so the next one is a guy who ends up taking an ambulance from the hospital, apparently because they wouldn't give him a ride back home after they gave him a ride to the hospital. Oh, the audio comes on in a moment. You guys know how that works. Sorry, I didn't even think about that. I was in here looking for the song because I accidentally closed out the song.
I need to stop. We're gonna lay it up. Stop! Stop! Hold
I mean, how do you stop it? It's not like you can hit it. It's a very heavy vehicle. I don't know, man. Sometimes it seems like we're living in crazy land. Like we're living in a, what do you call it, like backwards universe. Help, I'm slipping into the twilight zone.
I know we can't put this done, so we can just stick to the
There is on it. The best you can work on that. We're working on it.
The guy took the truck. The guy took the guy took the ambulance from the hospital because when they gave him a ride to the hospital, they refused to give him a ride back home. So he figured he'd just procure himself a ride back home with the ambulance. You know, I guess it is a public vehicle. But every day I wake up, I think I'm in the Twilight Zone. Holy crap, did anybody see that congressional hearing about the UFO? No, it's a different guy. It's a totally different person. They had a medical problem, had to go to the hospital. After the medical problem, they just decided, well, I'm taking myself home. Oh my lord, I should get to it and play a clip of it before I go. I mean, I don't know what to think about this one. Where is it? The congressional. Here it is. Hey man, you're doing all that cussing on my channel. Well, I'm looking for a UFO. I'm trying to find the point. Here it is. Yeah, I guess maybe that was the idea. He needed a place to stay for the night. Man almighty, why does everybody keep showing their butt on my show tonight?
Having a bad fucking day.
You made it worse. So we have some bad decisions.
I don't care about the decisions I made. I was actually, no, I wanted this to happen.
You want us to have today. Oh, you got it. You asked for it, you got it. I don't know what else you want me to tell you, but I'm going to take a seat. Take a seat.
I'm sure you guys saw why I skipped forward.
I can't do anything. My hands are behind my back.
I understand that. I'm not going to.
I was asking to go to jail. Nobody wanted to take me to jail. Nobody actually wanted to take me home today. I got what would have happened today. I was asking to happen today. Don't care about anything in the world. I know I'm going.
I got more questions I want to ask you about this. I mean, I appreciate you talking with us and kind of giving us a little understanding about this, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer to have him or her present, which is why it would be a question. You cannot afford to hire a lawyer. One will be appointed to represent you. I'm boarding.
Anyway, we've seen how this goes a million and one times. So that congressional hearing, this is possibly the most interesting part of it. Let's move this over here so I can do the controls and everything. Right, I wasn't trying to be rude to KDD either, and I understand. I guess a lot of what I was doing there was being facetious and snarky, and I mean, when you run around making really stupid comments like that, and then it ends up happening to you, are you supposed to have, I mean, I'm only to take you at your word that, you know, it was supposed to be acceptable and only prudent and only rational that it should happen in order to keep our Second Amendment rights. That was, you hold the man to his words. That's all I've ever been taught in my life, is hold a man to his words. But yeah, this congressional hearing, this thing's crazy. Look, this right here, it's, I don't know how to explain it. Have you ever seen something in your life that you truly have no rational explanation for? I mean, all of the other little pills, I could explain those as camera rolling and trying to stabilize it with a what is it, a gimbal. But this is a strike on a craft of some sort by a drone. And oh yeah, Boebert. No, Boebert's pretty nutty as well. But this is a craft that's hit by a rocket and somehow just continues to travel on. And it's weird because the debris that comes off from the strike also travels on with the rocket.
I now recognize Mr. Burleson for about 5 minutes.
Thank you, everyone. It takes such
Yeah,
great
Bobart,
courage
I
to come
believe,
forward,
thinks
and
that
we acknowledge
Earth is
that, and I
flat.
hope that you see that we are taking that
Oh, yeah,
seriously.
birds
And so
aren't real.
very thankful for what you're doing today. I'm also very thankful for previous witnesses that have come forward. I see Matthew Brown in the audience. He courageously stepped forward and was as a witness. I encourage everybody to look and seek his testimony. I want to thank the people that came in our first hearing: Ryan Graves, David Grush, David Fravor, and in our second hearing, Admiral Gallaudet, Lou Elizondo, and Mr. Gold, and the many others that have come forward. We hear you, and it's time that we, enough is enough. It's time that we take action. Look, I'm not jumped to the conclusion that I believe that there are, aliens coming from another planet. But I'm open to that. And I think that it's our responsibility, especially when we're seeing that we have a government that is actively blocking information from us. Just last night.
I am open to that, but I'm also open to the idea that we are nowhere near the #1 military force in the world. I am also open to that idea. I am open to both ideas that what I'm about to show you is either something that is extremely technologically advanced or something that is not of this earth.
I tried to get an amendment onto the National Defense Authorization Act that fit in the germaneness of that bill to have UAP disclosure.
It's funny. He does. He does look. Oh my God! And I don't. I remember Office Space, and he does.
Not even an elected official. This is the kind of stuff that we repeatedly see. Last year, we were blocked by someone in House administration from being able to receive a full briefing from Arrow. So
I don't watch a lot of movies, but to catch me on that, that was pretty good because he does, and I can't stop seeing it now.
I want to cue up a video that I've been given, and as before it starts, I'm going to describe.
This was
trippy. Taken October 30th of 2024. This video is of an MQ-9 drone tracking an orb or this object off the coast of Yemen. You'll see that another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile. That you cannot see that drone, and so I'm not going to explain it to you. You'll see exactly what it does.
Here's a missile. What? Okay, so it's going to crash. You know it's going to crash, right? No, it's still kind of, it's tumbling, but it's still flying, and the pieces are traveling with it. And then it stabilizes and goes on its way, carrying the pieces with it.
Have you heard about events like this occurring, and what information might you have?
I have.
Was that crazy or what?
It's like.
This is when it zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp, do you have you heard about, events like this occurring, and what information might you have?
I have heard about events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video though. There are servers.
I've seen this guy's channel.
A whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally, some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah. What the hell is that? What
So
What
again,
flies like that?
again, I'm not going to speculate what it is, but the question is, why are we being blocked from this information?
That's a good
Consistently.
question.
I want to ask this just a question. How in the world, this is the document, I want to enter
You
this.
guys
in for
want to
the
watch
record if
any
it
more of
hasn't
this?
already
I
been
just really
entered, Chair.
wanted to show that one little
The
clip.
document
So
that you
ordered.
I don't
provided
think
on
the next
thread
one
3,
that comes up is
this
any
is a
good at all.
huge
It's
file. How in the world did you smuggle this out of Russia?
unrecognizable
Carefully.
as to what
In
your
exactly it
socks?
is. Let's see where it
Yeah,
is.
I don't think I want to be really specific about it because I might have to go
They
back.
do
there and get
bring
some
up more
sometime,
about this
although-
video.
No, that'd be crazy to do that. Well, I took the top pages off that were stamped with the security signature, and I carried them out on my person. But the rest of them, I just threw in my suitcase and threw some caviar in there as a distraction as well, and hope for the best. Otherwise, I'd be a citizen of Siberia right now.
Caviar. That's how you sneak documents out of Russia. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show that. I didn't, but once you mentioned, once I mentioned Twilight Zone and whatnot, it's like that is possibly one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I just can't help but watch it a few
That
times.
another MQ-9 launched a Hellfire missile that you cannot see
Now,
that drone.
do I believe it's
And
automatically
so,
aliens from another
and
planet?
I'm not going
No.
to explain it to you. You'll see
It
exactly
very
what it
well
does.
could be technology that we Americans can't explain. Maybe another nation has some really cool stuff. Yeah, because I think that she definitely took it a wrong way. But people get touchy on. I mean, I don't mean to say touchy. People.
This is when it zoomed out. So you can still see it.
Sometimes react rather than discuss. That's a good way to say that. And
So,
it was a topic
Mr.
that
Knapp,
was something that
do you
would
have
make
any-
sense.
Have you heard about
It is weird how, dude, I
you know,
can't
events
help but
like
stop that there. It is so weird how the particles, the debris that it had, that it sheared off of it, are traveling
This is when
with
it
it. You can
zoomed
see the
out.
little
You can
specks.
still see it traveling.
That's just crazy.
So, Mr. Knapp,
That's not
do you
a
have
drone.
any- have you
That's
heard
not
about-
I don't know how that works. I'm sure there's a lot of people in our country that are looking at that and saying, I don't know how that works. So, and apparently there are nations such as Russia who made it very, very a national effort to try to create crafts like this. So, and there were supposedly hints of the Bell in Germany, and maybe somebody figured it out. And that's kind of creepy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play that clip one last time before I head out. Play some music. As always, you guys are awesome. You don't have to be wise. Just don't submit to stupid. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
We must also be real. We must be honest with the population. Having an armed citizenry comes with a price. And that is part of liberty. Driving comes with a price. 50,000 people die on the road every year. That's a price. You get rid of driving, you'd have 50,000 less auto fatalities. But we have decided that the benefit of driving, speed, accessibility, mobility, having products, services, is worth the cost of 50,000 people dying on the road. So we need to be very clear that you're not going to get gun deaths to zero. It will not happen. You can significantly reduce them through having more fathers in the home, by having more armed guards in front of schools. We should have an honest and clear reductionist view of gun violence But we should not have a utopian one. You will never live in a society when you have an armed citizenry and you won't have a single gun death. That is nonsense. It's drivel. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal. It is rational. Nobody talks like this. They live in a complete alternate universe. So then how do you reduce? Very simple. People say, oh, Charlie, how do you stop school shootings? I don't know. How did we stop shootings at baseball games?
From what I've discovered, every single Republican I've showed that clip to has got pissed off at me for some reason. I can't help his words. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was answering your question.
Down below me, the ground things pound their feet. Down there on the street, things without feet. Like me, and see me, oh what I see, things that amaze me. It fills my dreams when I sleep.
Now, how I feel about UFOs? Well, you know, I've always been open to the idea, but I've also always had the idea it could be very Earth-based. That's not to rule out ET, and if we are talking about extraterrestrials, I don't know if it's a good idea to go shooting it with a freaking Hellfire missile. I mean, that might not be it, especially if the thing just blew away, like, oh, whatever.
Down below, the ground things scurry by, pounding their feet while I touch the sky, sliding, gliding.
Oh yeah, I heard. Thank you. Yeah, we need to do more of those. I got more batteries in the little one. Go ahead and run it on the bike trails somewhere. But that video does raise a bunch of questions. Yeah, I did a couple. We're going to do a couple more right after this. See? Uh-oh. Buttons.